Good morning, Internet. This is Alex does Sudokus, and it is Friday the 23rd of July 2021, and we are going to do another New York Times hard Sudoku. Ta-da! This is what it is, and we're going to use Snyder notations and see how we get on. So with Snyder notation, the principal method is we look at any boxes following any of the numbers and see if there are just two candidates in it, basically. If there are two candidates, we pencil mark them in. If there are more than two, we'll leave it alone. And if they're less than two, well, we've got the number, basically. So I've just done the ones, so I'm going to do the twos now. So this box is an example where the 1 can be in 3 different places because of these two ones. Therefore, I didn't pencil mark it in, basically. So anyway, let's see what else we can do with the 2s. I can't see too much, but whilst I was looking, I noticed the 6s are quite well placed. So I jumped a little bit. Now, going back to the 3s, I've only got one place for the 3, so that's when I place it. And I think that's sort of 3s. That was quick. Okay, let's pencil mark in some 4s then. 4s are not very inspiring. So 5, we have a solo 5 here. So when there's a solo number, there's a technique that I use where I follow the row and the column and even the box to see if there's a naked single around it, connected to the 5. And naked singles are basically numbers that, well, any cell that only has a single number, basically. So let me have a look and see if I can find a naked single here. Not feeling super confident. Let's see. Good morning, Void Queen from the other dimension. And morning, Ostro. Humans of female identified form. Yes. How are you? And how are you, Ostro? Oh, I'm just glad that the temperature is finally dropping. It is 24.3 degrees. Let's see how it goes by the end of the day. I can't see any naked singles. I think the closest I can get is here. Oh, actually, this may be naked because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 6 actually. Oh yeah, I've got 6 and 7 and 9. So I'm going to explain the logic a little bit. This is a naked 8, but before I actually place it, let's pencil mark in all the numbers and explain what naked singles are. So the idea is you strip away any numbers from a cell. So I can see a 1, I can see a 2, I can see a 3, 4, 5, I can see a 6 at the bottom, I can see a 7, and I can see a 9. So hence we've stripped the cell naked to an 8, basically. And the reason this approach, looking at any solo numbers or weakest numbers, often rewards me with a naked single is because any cell on the grid that doesn't see the 5 will at least have 5 as one of the possible candidates, along with the probability of, I guess, I don't know what the actual probability is that other numbers would be a candidate. But the fact that I've added 5 as one of the possible candidates to all the cells that doesn't see a 5 implies that they have reduced probabilities to be a naked single. Because any cell that sees all but one number is a naked single. So if the logic that any cell doesn't see a 5 has a reduced probability of being a naked single, then any cell that sees a 5 naturally has an increased probability of having a naked single. So that is how the logic goes, basically. I got hacked earlier and it sent a spam link to people I friend, and then it deleted them from my friends list. Oh God, that's horrible. So what was that on your social medias? I hope it's not on Discord. I hadn't seen anything on Discord, so I hope you're able to get your accounts back as well, because That's really, oh, I really hate, like, just Discord. I really hate, I don't know if you call them hackers, because it doesn't have to be hackers, because sometimes passwords are just kind of like distributed online when they're leaked. And yeah, they don't even have to be the hackers. They could just be someone who got the data and then do malicious things in bulk, basically using bots. So that really sucks. I'm really sorry to hear that. So are you setting up a new account on Discord, or will I need to delete? Do I need to ban your old account? A friend sent it to me and I fell for it. Oh, so yeah, a friend got infected and then you got it as well. Oh, so it may be that I wasn't hacked, but it uses kind of permissions on Discord that allowed it to do that, perhaps. I'm not too bad, Ostro. You're a bit tired. Got late last night. Yeah, I noticed VR Fled was up really late. He was still playing when I was because I was lurking the whole time. I was talking to friends on Discord for fair bit on voice chat, and I forgot to unmute VR Fled. But when I went to bed, he was still playing in this kind of heat. What the hell? Unbelievable. Why was everyone up so late? The account is fine now. That's good. That's good. Anyway, so I think I explained the logic behind finding naked singles on the weakest number. And since we've done that, we're going to move on to the sixes. So sixes are interesting because I can't have any sixes here. So the 6 has to be on a top box on column 1, but there are more than 2 occurrences. So I'm going to leave that alone for now. In fact, I think I've actually done what I can with the 6s. So now I'm going to look at the 7s and can't do anything with that. What about the 8s? I've got a pair of 8s over here. Nothing else on the 8s. 9s. Got a pair of 9s over here. And I think that's it. Okay. So we've scanned the grid 1s from 1 to 9. And we've placed some pencil markings, but we haven't gotten very far. We've only got 2 numbers, and one of them is thanks to the naked single. So we're going to tackle this a bit differently. We're going to try the alternative strategy to see if we can get a few more numbers in. For example, I've got 7 here by seeing that on this row, 7 is one of the numbers missing, and I noticed there's a 7 here and a 7 there. So this is a naked 7. He's a machine. Yes, he is. Like, I did a bit of exercises. I think when I popped in, I think I went for my exercises afterwards because I'm pretty sure that was before I had dinner. So these are 5s and 6. So can't place those. Does a 7 give us anything? Well, it gives us a pair of 7s down here, thanks to columns 2 and 3 being blocked. And give us a pair of 7s here, leading us to 2s and 7s. So that naturally gives me 2 numbers left in this box, and they have to be 4 and 5. I can't see any 4s or 5s, so I'm just going to pencil mark them in. Now that these are 4s and 5s, there can't be any other numbers, or I'll have a 4 and a 5 locked in a single cell, which is impossible. So on this row, I have another triple, which are 6, 9, and something else. 1, 6, and 9. So, can we see those numbers anywhere? Well, this cell sees a 6, but it doesn't see a 1. And this doesn't see any of the numbers, so it's a 169 triple that cannot be resolved. That's sad. But if we continue on with the 4 and the 5, actually, we can place a 4 over here because these are pointing 4s. And along with this 4 on column 8, we've resolved another 4. Place another 4, another pair of 4s up there. And I think that's all I can do with the 4s. What about the 5s? Well, 5s are locked up here. 5s are locked vertically here now as a pointing pair, so that gives me another pair of 5s in the bottom right box. That leads to another matching pair of 5s and 8s this time, so 1 can't go there. If the 1 goes here, the 5 and the 8 will be locked in the same cell. So anytime you find a matching pair, and since Snyder notation encourages 2 pencil markings per number per box is quite, it's usually quite obvious when you have a matching pair, basically. I can push out the 1, and when I push out the 1, I've only got a single 1 left in this box. And with that 1 together, I can place another 1, eliminating a 6. So I can place the 6, eliminating a 5. So I can place the 5, place the 9. So that's a nice round trip for us. This one also eliminates a 1 over there, which I think that's it. But I do have another pair of 1s here, thanks to these new 1s that I've placed. Okay, that's pretty good. Well, I've done a lot in this box as well, so I want to observe any changes thanks to the other numbers. So 6 doesn't do anything, 4 doesn't do anything. 1 and 4 I looked at. 5 locks a 5 over here, actually. Although we could say that the 6 did that. Good morning, Liari. How are you? The 8 doesn't do more, I don't think. It locks it. Oh, I suppose the 9 does lock the 6 in here because that was one of the numbers remaining. So does the 6 do anything else for us? Yes, it unlocks a 6 over here. Still, 6 is locked up over there. So I've got the 6s locked in these 2 columns and a pair of 6s there. So all the 6s are no good. We now have a triple on this in this box though, so let's have a look at that. It is 1, 8 and 9, and I don't have an 8 or 9 in the boxes above or below, so I'm going to break out from the Snyder notations and pencil marking the 8s and the 9s, even though I'm pencil marking them 3 times in a box. But when it comes to like finding triples in a box, I generally feel it's okay to do that. Speaking of triples, we have another triple over here because of the 5 and the 8. You're actually falling asleep. I'm glad to hear that, Liari, because usually you stay up a lot longer for probably another half an hour or more. So, okay, so we have 3, 6 and 7 remaining on this column. So let's pencil mark those in. Got 3 over there, so 3, 7 because of 7, and a 6 can go everywhere. So by placing that triple, we've created another triple in this box, which is friendly. But the 9 goes here, thanks to this 9. So these are 2s and 4s. So we can pencil mark those in. And if those are 2s and 4s, this can't be a 2 anymore because it's pointing. So I can place another 2, leaving me another pair over here. So I should be able to solve both of these. So what I'm missing here, I'm missing a 3 and I'm missing a 7 on this column and the box. So now that we've got the 3 and 7s, I'm going to look at those to see if they do anything at all. 3 goes over here and here. So, oops, 3 are locked in these 2. Oh, actually, no. There's 3 on column 1 as well. So we can actually place the 3. So why don't we do that? Which eliminates the 4, meaning I've got a 4 here. No problem still. Have a lovely sleep, Liari, and I'll be well tomorrow. And see you later. Have a good sleep. So placing the 4 gives me another pair of 4s. And this is good because this forms what's called an X-wing. So with X-wings, it basically means I've got these numbers on the same 2 cells on either the column, and in this case, the rows as well. And what that means is there can't be any 4s on the same rows or the columns. I mean, I discovered it by the columns. On the columns, I've only got the 4s in these 2 rows, and that basically restricts the 4s from rows 1 and 3 outside of these 4 cells, basically. And the logic is, if this is a 4, that means that can't be a 4, so that must be the 4. So I've got 4 on both rows 1 and 3. The other scenario, if this is on row 3, it will eliminate that 4, locking it on row 1. So either way, rows 1 and 3 are blocked. So therefore, in the middle box, the 4 has to be in row 2. So that's the 4s done. And I guess, what else do we place? We place the 3s. So let's look at the 3s, and we can pencil mark in a couple of 3s over there. Okay, what next? So you might have noticed every time I place a number, I'm following that particular number to see if I can do anything else with it. That's a general kind of routine that I go through to solve more numbers without having to kind of like go through the entire grid one by one. Because the alternative is basically, yeah, scan the numbers, rescan all the numbers from start to finish. But generally speaking, when you place a number, that number will have an influence on itself, basically. But sometimes it has an influence on the rows, column, or boxes. And that's the other thing that you will want to look at. So here on this row, we have a triple left. That's called a weak area. So we're going to have a look at it. So we want to know what numbers can go on this row, which is 5, 7, and 8. Well, I've got 5 and a 7 there. So the only number left in this cell has to be an 8 because I've got 5, 7, and 8 on the row. And I've got 5 and 7 on a column looking into one of the cells. So that means these are 5s and 7s. We can't solve those, but I do have a triple here. So before I do that, I should look at the 8, what impact it has. It eliminates an 8 over there, and that's about it. So we're going to look at this triple remaining in this box, and they are 5, 7, and 9. Nothing marvelous going on here because we can't see any 5s or 9s. But I am going to pencil mark them in just so I know this box is now done. It's all pencil marked in. What else can we do? Well, placing this 8 created another weak area for us on this column, and it's 1, 4, and 9 determined by the pencil markings. As long as the pencil markings are up to date and cleaned up, we know what they are. So unfortunately, this is a unique triple in that I've got 1, 4, I've got 1, 9, and this, since it sees a 1, is a 4, 9, so I can't actually solve it. So that's a sad time. So have we run out of steam then? I think we've run out of steam. We haven't got any more weak areas, at least by 3 cells anyway. So we do have one with 4 cells, but I'm pretty sure there's nothing we can do here. Although I know this is a 5 and a 7. So this is a 5, 7, 9, and 8. 5, 7, 8, and 9 on this row, and I see 8 and 9 there, leaving me 5 and 7, which is not spectacularly useful. So I think we're going to call it a day in terms of scanning the weak areas. So instead, we're going to scan the entire grid again, looking at the numbers to see if there's anything interesting going on. So 1s, nothing going on. 2s, 2, 2, 2, 2s are locked here, but we can't use that. 2s are locked up here as well with the 6s. Okay, that's interesting because 2s and 6 are locked in the same 3 cells. So it's always worth having a look and see if there's a third number locked together. So I'm scanning all the numbers in these 2 boxes and these 2 columns to see. I can see the 6s. Hang on a sec. What did I say these are? 7s. Oh, I think I made a mistake. Oh, 7s. Sorry, 6 and 2s. 6 and 2s are locked in here. I can't see a third number. I do have 3. Yeah, 3s are already placed. So we haven't formed the triple, so I'm going to leave that alone. So let's continue on with the 2s. Anything else interesting about it? No. What about the 3s? 3s are locked in these 3 cells. Not very useful. So 4s. 5s. 6. Oh, hello. No, never mind. 6s are no good. 7s. Nothing else on 7s. 8s. 8. I can't see anything going on the 8s either. So 9s are also not giving me anything to play with. So we can't actually advance by scanning all the numbers. We need to pull something out of the bag on this puzzle. We're not actually as far as I thought we are on this puzzle. So where do we go with the drunken sailor? So what I'm doing now is I am scanning any cells that has two numbers. And what I'm doing is I'm scanning the rows and the columns to see if they are restricted in any way, shape or form. So yeah, for example, the 3s and 6 can't go there, but they can go in these two cells, which unfortunately links it up with the 4. So unless I have a quadruple on this row, I've got 3 and 6, 3, 6 and 4. Oh, hello. Hello, this is interesting. 3, 6 and 4. Hold on. What is, I haven't looked at this quadruple. So what is this? 1, 5, 8 and 9. I've got 1, 5 and 8 there. So this has to be a 9. So I actually missed a weak area. I missed this quadruple on the column. So I have a naked 9 here. Thanks to the fact that on the column, I'm looking for 1, 5, 8 and 9 as determined by the cleaned up pencil markings. And I have 1, 5 and 8 there. So that's a 9 solved. So with that 9 in place, I can pencil mark in more 9s over here. And I can eliminate this 9, this 9. So with the 9s eliminated, I actually have a naked 5 now, because in this box, I've only got 5, 7 and 9. So they're all pencil marked in as they should be. So there we go. We have a 5. That leaves me 1 and 8. But that can't be resolved just yet because of the 8. And morning, Fled. How are you feeling today? I'm very curious because you were at it for a very long time last night. I'm pretty sure you started before I went for dinner, because I muted you to talk to my friends on Discord. And sorry, I forgot to bring you back. Just a bit tired. I wonder why that is. I wonder why that is. Hi, Hackabacka. Anyway, we managed to solve the 9 here with the pointing pair of 9s. So that leaves me a single 1 in this box and 8. So those are solved. With the 1, we can solve the 1 and the 4. I'm going to kind of skip ahead with the logic a little bit now because I think I'm hoping that I've done a decent amount of explaining for anyone who are not particularly familiar with Sudokus. And I think I just want to speed up a little bit and solve the puzzle now. So let's see, we have an 8 remaining on this column now that we've solved the 1. So does 8 do anything else for us? Yes, it locks a pair of 8s here, forming an 8-9 matching pair. So that leaves me a triple of 6, 7 and 5. 5, 6 and 7. Got 7 there. Well, in fact, this is a triple as well. So should I pencil mark that in? 2, 5 and 6. Okay, 2, 6, 2, 5 and 6. Okay. So not spectacularly. Oh, hold on. Hold on. What are these again? Oh, this would be, yeah, this would be 5, 6 and 7. Actually, I'm not going to pencil mark that in. Does 8 and 9 do anything else for us? No, it doesn't. Okay, what about here? 7 and 9. No, we can't solve that. And, oh. We're not getting progress as I had hoped, the way we were gonna. But let's keep tab on chat for a second. 5 hours, 37 minutes. Holy crap. 170 heart rate. Jesus. How are you still alive? How are you still alive, lad? It is quite cool though. Like, do you remember? I don't know how old you are, Fled. I think you're still younger than me, but oh, also, this can't be a 9 anyway because I've got 9 over there. So 7 and 9 actually resolved, giving me a pair of 7s there. So now I've got an X-wing of 7s, unlocking a 7 here, which unlocks the 7 in this box, which means these are 5 and 6. That's no good for me just yet. Anyway, as I was saying, oh, you're actually older than me. Holy crap. Someone on the internet is older than me. Let's celebrate. What was I going to say? I have completely forgotten. Oh, that's it. So, since you're of similar age as me, you must remember kind of like the outcry, like the way people felt about video games in our days. How, you know, video games are just for nerds. And although actually, to be fair, that kind of sentiment has been persisting throughout the decades. but you know, it was always seen as like, oh, you're just gonna rot away, get nothing out of it. It's so bad for you, and here we are, like burning. Well, I say here we are, but here someone is burning 4,196 calories playing video games for 5 hours. So, oh, thank you, Ostro. We are blessed with amazing genes. So play video games and look young. Anyway, this is 2, 3, and 7. I've got 2 and 3 there, so that must be a 7. With the 7 here, we can unlock. Oops, we can unlock the 7, the 2, and the 2 is now locked in here, unlocking the 3. So the 5 here unlocks the 8 and the 5, which means this is an 8 and this is a 9, which unlocks the 9 and the 8, and that's today's New York Times hard Sudoku. There's so many that have massively improved fitness from VR. Well, I mean, even before VR, the Wii has been out for more than 10 years. When did the Wii come out? Wii, Wikipedia. Oh my God, can't type. Wikipedia is a really difficult word to type, I have to say. Wii originally came out in 2006. So, what? The Wii has been out for 15 years. Jesus, I feel old. I remember when the Wii came out. But like, how many people got exercises from the Wii? Just, you know. People think that people like video games and don't like exercises. It's just such a lie. Anyway, YouTube folks, thank you for watching. We have completed today's New York Times hard Sudoku. If you found that useful, please leave a like below. It would be really helpful for me. And if you want to see more videos, you can hit that little subscribe button underneath somewhere in the description area, basically. So it would be very much appreciated. I will dedicate a number in a cell for you in your... I don't want to say in memoriam of you, because that means you're dead. In honor, that's it. In honor of you, I will dedicate a number for you in my grid. So do the subscription thingy, and I shall see you tomorrow. For now, have a lovely day. By the way, you can come to Twitch to watch me as well. I'm not good at outros, can you tell? Anyway, bye now.